begin with the travelers. So I know Rahel started, but can we still see a Sikado group here? You've done well. Please, can you stand up for us to see you? You came in your numbers, and we are very grateful. Please, we can't see you. We want all of you to stand, please. Okay, thank you very much. And can we see Takwa Campus ladies too? Please, we can't see you. Okay. Okay, wonderful. And we have some ladies and a gentleman, I hope he's still here, from Abosso Goldfields Limited, Daman. Okay, they are coming. Lady K, they are coming, right? Okay, then we have ladies and a gentleman too from Anglo Gold Ashanti Limited, Eduaprim. We have some mentors here too. Please, mentors, can we see you? Mentors. Okay, thank you. We have LIMAP members. LIMAP members. We have the university's relations officer in the name of Mr. Thomas Bright Eshen. We have Lady Akuba Yali. She is an assistant lecturer here, and she came with the Sikado ladies. Please, let's give it up to her. We have Dr. Frank Boateng. He's with us here. He's a very powerful man. I will do more introduction later. We have Lady Rosalind Dowry. She's here too. More introduction will come. We have Lady Catherine Kupa-Kuta. Okay, we will end it here. Here. But before that, we will call on another powerful woman. Please take note of all the keywords that I'm using here, because by the end of the program, you really appreciate why I'm using these words. Thank you. So before I call her, I need to give you her profile because she's a big woman. She's, first of all, a professor of this school, and she's currently the Dean of the School of Postgraduate Studies. She has served as the Dean of Faculty of Minerals Resources Technology, the Vice Dean of Planning and Quality Assurance Unit, the head of the Departments of Petroleum and Environmental and Safety Engineering. She has also been a university examines coordinator before. She has served as acting pro-vice chancellor of the school before, and she is in a lot of organizations. I would like to mention a few. She's a fellow or member of several professional bodies, including the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, West African Institute of Mining, Metallurgy and Exploration Engineers, Society of Petroleum Engineers, Women in Mining, Ghana, and she is the founder and president of Ladies in Mining and Allied Professions. With a round of applause, let's welcome Professor Grace Ofori-Sapong, and she prefers to be called Lady G. Thank you. To give us the welcome address.
Our distinguished guests, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And thank you so much for joining us today for this important occasion. About 5 years ago, a group of females with like-mindedness came together to form an association known as Ladies in Mining and Allied Professions in Ghana. Earlier on, or let me say, we have two main objectives. The first one is to equip ourselves as females so that wherever we find ourselves, we will make a mark. We will live above the status quo. We will live above the humanity in us so that we can shine ahead wherever we find ourselves. The second one is to serve as role models and mentors to the younger females, like we are doing now, so that we will transform the generations after us. When we started, our focus was mainly on the second cycle institutions, until last year when we realized that even the tertiary institutions, there are issues. So we need to look at them. And since we have a lot of our members, maybe 50% in UMAT, we decided to start with UMAT. So we collaborated with the counseling and student support units in UMAT to start the mentorship program. So last year, before the final years graduated, we organized a program which was themed Exit in Readiness. And this was done to help them transition smoothly into the world of work. This year, we are seeing you first years here. And the reason is that we realize you have been with your parents, you have been through the secondary schools, and all of a sudden, you find yourself in the university. In the secondary schools, there are a lot of restrictions. But now you find yourself here, and it's like freedom. Is it really freedom without any boundaries? We want to help the first years to understand so that they will fit in very well in the university space and do what is right so that they can end well. So the theme is start right and well. Fortunately for us, we got Anglo Gold Ashanti Iduaprim Limited and Aboso Goldfields Limited Daman to support us, and we are very grateful to our sponsors. Of course, UMAT is also on board, and that is why we find ourselves in this auditorium without paying for rent. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are very welcome to this morning's function. We have a panelist discussion, and that is going to get all of us to have a feel of the way we are going with respect to the mentorship program. During the orientation, we met all first years, including the males. Now, we want to go a step further and start a year-long mentorship program. And it is coming off for the first time in this year. And so, we will get to know the modalities of this year-long mentorship program through this occasion that we have this morning. So I will entreat you to relax in your seat so that you enjoy every bit of this program today. We are here to go through the modalities of the year-long mentorship program, where we will pair up females, first years, with female astute leaders so that they will run them through the year smoothly to fit well into the university space. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Grace. So first, I would like to remind us all that this program is actually being aired on Facebook and on the social media platforms. So you can also tell a friend to actually log in to see what is going on, because this is a program that is meant to train all of us. So next on our program outline, I'm coming to introduce to you the most highest person on this campus. When we are talking about authority, actually, I would say that you might it for him. So this person actually has a lot of achievements that I would like to share to you about. Actually, he is a professor in the minerals engineering department. He's a professor in minerals engineering, and he has also been a dean of the Faculty of Integrated Management Science. He was educated at Opokuare, and he's also very distinguished and internationally acclaimed scholar. When it comes to business, he's very business oriented, and he also believes in building people. He was the lead country researcher for the United Nations Women in Artisanal and Small-Scale Mining Africa project. He was the principal investigator on the National Science Foundation USA project on climatic extremes, mining and Mycobacterium ulcerans. So this person actually is in the person of our very own Vice Chancellor, and he's in the person of Professor Richard Amankwa. Please, let's give him a round of applause.
Hello, good morning, everybody. And thank you for inviting me to be part of this program. Start right, end well. I'm happy to see all of you here. And sometimes when I see some of members of the mining fraternity here, I get excited. Especially for today, I have Rosalind with us, and we have Kathy also with us. These are people who have very important jobs doing, and therefore, if they are able to make time to be with us, it is a big privilege. For those of you who do not know, Kathy sitting here is the first female to man a plant in West Africa. She is the metallurgical manager of Goldfields Diamond Mine. And if this lady can leave the plant and spend time with us here, it shows how important this program is to her. Everybody needs a mentor. And I have one. Not only one. I have 4 mentors. One mentor who is leading me in the direction of leadership, academic leadership. One mentor who is leading me regarding how to raise money to run a university. And I have other mentors who are taking care of other parts of my life. And therefore, if you are here and we are talking about mentorship, it is not something you need now and later when you become a big person, you throw away. At any point in time in your life, you need a mentor. And the good thing is that sometimes you start mentoring somebody, the person becomes a little bit experienced, a little bit good, and then you begin to co-mentor each other because you speak into each other's lives. And for me, that is also a very important part of mentorship. There are several ways in which people grow in life. Some people grow by try and error. Let us try this and see. The girls will say, ma try, ma quay. You try and you quay. And if you quay and it doesn't work, then you try another one and you quay. So with ma try, ma quay, ma try, ma quay, ma try, ma quay, if each trial leaves a mark on your life, you grow having so many negative parts in one human being. Some also go by what we call self-taught. This is what I think. And therefore they go around and they do it. This is what I think. And they go around and they do it. what you think as an individual may not always be right. So if you go by that method too, sometimes you grow and you end up with so many negative marks and skeletons in your cupboard. But one way that has been tried over the years and has been found to be workable is to grow through mentorship. A mentor would be available to you for you to learn from each other. The person who, being a senior colleague, would guide you and in some cases coach you. Fundamentally, we talk about mentorship as a guidance-based relationship. And therefore, for young people like you, being thrown out into the Tapa world, or the Esikado world, or the world of mining, how do you handle yourselves? 4 years down the road, when you want a job, how do you handle it? Normally, for females like you, everybody thinks that the more beautiful you are, the more it is easy for you to get a job. But it is important for you to get a job, not because you could shake your backsides, but because you gave them a reason to employ you. You gave them a reason to employ you. And that is why I'm very excited about this program. The Counseling and Student Support Unit and LIMAP together came to my office and talked about this program. That why don't we set up this program so that when first years come in, we can give them some tidbits to help them to shape their lives and to shape their orientations as they walk through campus. So apparently this is the first of its kind on campus. And I believe that this would break new grounds so that you wonderful ladies will settle in perfectly into our system and to make the maximum use of the resources we have and to grow as you continue with your programs. At this time, I'm excited and elated to be part of this program and also to launch it. So at this juncture, I declare this Start Right, End Well program duly launched. Thank you very much.
Thank you, VC. Please, let's continue to clap for him. Because VC is VC. My co-MC was some way scared to bring him here. Please, he's also the special guest of honor for this wonderful program. Please, let's clap on that. We would invite Lady Ohenewa Kakra Dankwa to introduce the chairperson for this program.
Good morning, everyone. I am delighted to be called upon to introduce the chairman for this morning's gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, and then Professor VC, with all protocols observed, this program we are honored to have a very special person. He's a professor, and I must say he's a full professor for that matter. He's the second to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mines and Technology. And then we can comfortably say that he's the second CEO of this noble institution. He is a professor in mechanical engineering, and he has also schooled in Takrady. He's actually an old boy from St. John's Secondary School as well as the GSTS. He has schooled outside about 3 times in 2 different countries. He's a well-seasoned and internationally acclaimed academic. He has published a lot of papers. He has mentored a lot of students, and I must say people who are now working, old guys and ladies who are on their own working. He has mentored all of them to this far. He is married to a very beautiful woman known as Georgina Drea, and then he has 3 wonderful children. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to us our chairman for this occasion, Professor Anthony Simmons. Prof, your audience, so we'll leave everything in your care to champion for us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Kakra Dankwa Ohinewa, the Vice Chancellor, Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, Head Counseling and Student Support Unit, Executive Ladies in Mining and Allied Professions in Ghana, distinguished guests, lecturers present, freshers, and all other protocols duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel elected to be chosen as the chairman for this year's mentorship program on the theme, Start Well, End Well. I must say I'm happy to be your chairman because I know that this mentorship program will help almost all of you. If only you accept it, take whatever will be given out to you today, and then, make it part of your life. I have tried it, and I know it works. I must say I'm happy to be here because always the girl's child issues have been something key or dear to my heart. When I decided to make babies, my wish and my dream was to have my first child to be a female. God being so good, it came to pass. And it's been a wonderful journey. And so I really cherish the girl child. Why am I saying it is practical? We started the journey by advising her what to do at school and other things. And I must say, to the glory of God, that she has excelled through all her studies, such that in Legon, she became one of the best in her year group. And so I believe in what is being done today, and I know you will also excel in your studies. Now we have a very wonderful panel, and I know they will do justice to the team. But then, after all this, when you start right, you should have a goal, okay? And so that I say that whatever you're doing, you should have a goal, because a goal will give you a sense of what? Direction. And that sense of direction would help you achieve what you want to set for yourself. A story goes that a man was traveling and stopped at an intersection. He asked an elderly man, "Where does this road take me?" The elderly man asked, "Where do you want to go?" The man replied, "I don't know." Then the elderly man said, "Then take any road. What difference does it make?" How true is this? Because we say that when you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. So yes, you have to start right and end well, but you should have goals. As my VC will always say, your goals must be what? Smart. And I know the panel will talk about that. I also want to add that your goals must be balanced. Because there are two kinds of education. One teaches us how to make a living. That is where you learn trades and study. And the other one teaches us how to live. And so you should have all the two. And so you must pay attention to your physical and health being, your finances, your family issues, social, mental, and your spiritual life. I would want to pause here for the panelists to do justice to the team. I must say, I accept the responsibilities accorded me. I trust that the Almighty God will steer all the affairs to a successful end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pro VC, for accepting to chair this program. So as we all know, in order for any program to be effective, it needs to be sponsored. So this program was actually sponsored by Anglo Gold Ashanti Ediaprim Limited. That's our main sponsor. Then Abosu Gold Mine, then UMAT. Please, can we give them a hand of applause? So we would like to take fraternal greetings from them. First, we will start from our main sponsor, that is Anglo Gold Ashanti Ediaprim Limited.
Thank you very much, Madam MC. Professor Vice Chancellor, Professor Chairperson, if you agree with me, our Senior Manager Sustainability is on his way here. He had to grant an interview in one of the radio stations. He carries the Managing Director's message, so we will plead that we move on. Once he's in, he will deliver the message on behalf of the mine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, too. Next on our outline, please, we would accept fraternal greetings from Abosu Gold Mines. Please, anyone to do that for us?
Thank you, Madam MC, and good morning to everyone. With all protocols observed, I must say on behalf of Goldfields, both Takwa and then Daman, we are always available. Gender diversity and inclusion is one of the key areas that as a mine we are actually working on to improve year on year. So it was a great opportunity to accept, to sponsor, and ensure that we also have a like-minded, just as the university and then LIMAP. So we are very grateful for the opportunity to actually sponsor this program. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady K. Please, we have reached the pivotal point of this gathering. And in doing so, I would invite our moderator for the panel discussion, She's a counselor and the assistant registrar to the Counselor and Student Support Unit. She's the coordinator and vice chair for the Student Mentorship Committee, and she's in the person of Lady Peace Setofi. She prefers to be called Lady P. Please, can we give up to her as she comes?
Thank you. Blessed morning to all of you. You are once again welcome to our program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of power. There are heavy-belted people in our midst, and so it's very appropriate for me to once again acknowledge same. And so, Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, we are so glad to have you with us. Prof. Grace, thank you so much for being here. And for the others, because I'll be introducing some of them, I'll hold off for now. All right. For any endeavor to be successful, indeed, there is a need to start right. And as indicated by the earlier speakers, that cannot be overemphasized. However, to start right, then one must be well poised. What are some of the things that gets a person poised to start an endeavor right, continue so, and then have a good ending? That is why this mentorship program is being rolled out, so that the pieces of information that are needed by freshers are got from the beginning, so that you start right and end well. And one of the exciting things about it is that it pushes the gender equality and mainstreaming agenda, and it makes it so exciting because it is about female capacity development. Right. To further discuss the issue at hand, I would have to invite some very powerful people to help with the discussion. The first person is a chartered global management accountant, chartered accountant, certified in qualitative risk assessment, a chartered manager, fellow of the Chartered Management Institute in the UK. Indeed, he has a law. In fact, when you look at his profile, it tells you he's a heavy person. He's a chartered professional administrator and chartered management consultant with the Chartered Institute of Administrators. He holds a PhD in management from Walden University in Minnesota and a Master of Philosophy in Business Consulting and Enterprise Risk Management from KNUST. And there are other heavy qualifications there as well. Dr. Boateng has 20 years of experience in extractive industry and has worked for Goldfields Ghana Limited, Newmont Gold Corp, Kinross Gold Mines, and other related areas in same field. Currently, he is a co-founder and board chairperson of Faith Montessori and Child Development Center, a vibrant multicultural educational establishment in Takwa. He is a faculty member of the Faculty of Integrated Management Studies, Sciences of University of Mines and Technology, Takwa, a council member of Institute of Directors, Ghana, vice board chairman, and non-executive director of Ankobra West Rural Bank. He is also the HOD at Management Studies Department and the Vice Dean of Office of Research, Innovation, and Consultancy. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Dr. Frank Boateng. As he comes, I'll introduce the second person in the person of Madam Rosalind Dowry. She is the Superintendent Social and Economic Development at Anglo Gold Ashanti Idiaprem Mine. She holds Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Development Studies from the University of Development Studies, Masters in Governance and Sustainable Development from the University of Cape Coast. She has Executive Certificate in Corporate Social Responsibility, has Certificate in Gender and Mining Governance, and other certificates in these related areas. She has over 13 years in development assistance and humanitarian work. Having worked in these areas, she is very qualified to do her job today. She is married with a daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Madame Rosalind Dowry. Okay. The next person I'm about introducing, some pieces have been said about her already, but it's very proper for me to do the rest. She has 17 years plus experience in minerals processing, 5 years in senior management. She's a PhD candidate with us here. What a joy. She has Master of Science in Minerals Engineering, Diploma in Minerals Engineering, and she has certificates in Process Plant Metallurgical Manager's Certificate, as well as in Superintendents also. She has held quite a number of positions, such as Laboratory Metallurgist, Shift Foreman, Senior Plant Shift Supervisor, and a lot others. That alone tells you she's a heavy woman. She is currently the Metallurgical Manager with Aboso Goldfields. Let's make welcome Lady Catherine Kupo Kuto. Oh, please, let's clap for them. By clapping for them, we are acknowledging their experience and honoring same. Now, this lady, the next person I'm introducing, she is a postgraduate assistant and a PhD candidate in the Department of Petroleum and Natural Gas Engineering. Her research interests include drilling engineering, oil field waste management, and economics of petroleum projects. She is a former gender commissioner of the Graduate Students Association of Ghana, GRASAC UMAT, and currently is a publicity officer for LIMAP, as well as the Student Mentorship Program. She is a member of the Women in Science for Developing World, as well as Society for Petroleum Engineers. She is in the person of Lady MFA Amenya Kovi. Let's make her welcome. Lady MFA, you are welcome. Now, the next person, who is not the last one, though, is Miss Mary Enima Echampong, a level 300 student with Minerals Engineering Department. She's the student president for Lima, a member of Awesome, Enactus, Wine, and her favorite course is microbial technology. Her hobbies are reading and cooking. Let's make her feel welcome. Okay. Having read the profiles, it tells us that we have quite a heavy board to do justice to the topic. So we'll dig right in and start. Today, our topic is Start Right, End Well. And I welcome you all to doing justice to this theme. All right. Now, so we've been talking about mentoring. I think one of the words that has been mentioned so far, if we count right, is over 10 times so far, is mentoring. What is it? Are there different types? I think we need to have an understanding of some of these things so that we have a way forward. We know where we are facing. So question is, what is mentoring? Do we have some types? All right, so I'll call on Lady MFA. Okay. Could you please help me with the microphone? I think we'll give that question to Lady MFA to take us through. Mentoring, what is it? Are there types?
Thank you very much. Yes, mentoring is, I would say mentoring is a partnership or a relationship between two persons or two individuals that is necessary for personal and professional development. And mentoring involves two individuals, like I said. One is the mentor, who is someone with exposure, with experience, with understanding to be able to impart onto another person. We call the mentee. And mentoring is important and can be beneficial to both the mentor and the mentee. And mentoring can help the mentee in several ways, which I'm sure we'll talk about later. But we have types of mentoring, like you just said. Mentoring can be one-on-one, that is between one mentor and one mentee. And it means that you just have a mentor and a mentee, and they have goals, they have activities they want to achieve, and then you set the goals, you go through whatever methods you need to achieve them, and then at the end, you assess yourselves to know if they have been achieved. Mentoring can also be group mentoring, such that you have a lot of mentees paired with a single mentor. And in our case, in UMAT, for instance, we probably have to go with that also. So you have a number of mentees and a single mentor that you come together, you discuss, and you can also vary them as you go on. Mentoring can also be e-mentoring or virtual mentoring or distance mentoring. So in our case, we have some of our mentors who are not available here in Takwa, or even if they are here, they may be away for some time. And so you may also want to add e-mentoring or virtual mentoring so that you can meet via several ways, such as Zoom and any other platform that you can employ. So yes, basically, that is what mentoring is and the type of mentoring that we have. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. I think it gives us an idea now as to what things as mentees would be expecting, the modes that it would take. Thank you, Lady MFA. Looking at mentoring, it doesn't look as if it's an accidental activity. It doesn't. It looks kind of planned and executed. I'll be very grateful if Lady Catherine can take us through the process of mentoring.
Thank you. I think the reality is that to accept to be mentored means that you yourself need to be somewhere. And that is why it is important in the first place to accept that mentoring is not just an accident. It doesn't come to you. It's a deliberate effort, or you make conscious effort that I have goals to meet. I have aspirations. I need to be somewhere in my life. I want to climb to a certain height. And how do I do that? Am I the first person to get there? Who can help me? Do I have the resources? Do I have the needed resources to be able to go to that level? So mentoring actually is a process where an individual decides that I need to be somewhere, then I need somebody to help me. So you sit back in that process to set your own goals, where you want to be with your time limit, with your passion and everything. So that's your first step. I need to have a plan. I need to be somewhere. And then there must be certain deliverables. And definitely you should expect some results. And then you go through the process of negotiation. I cannot just get up and call somebody that, please be my mentor. It doesn't come accidentally. You need to have knowledge and decide that who should I contact. Unofficially, I need to talk to someone. I need to look into the market, have an idea, read about people, and know who can help me, who can be a good resource to me. Then you begin to link up. Make the person know you. Then you go through another process of trying as much as you can to get your enabling factors, where you get to know yourselves beyond the unofficial, have the discussion, create the platform where there will be fairness, there will not be intimidation. You will be able to come out clearly on your goals. and your mentor will accept that responsibility. It's actually a mutual process. The mentee and the mentor together will have to accept the process, and it should give a mutual benefit. And that is why in that mutual benefit, as a mentor, you will definitely want to also have some benefits after you have impacted that knowledge and resources to your mentee. So it's not just that I just want to be called a mentor to somebody. No, there's more to that. And in the fourth process, there is always anything that has beginning should have an end. And definitely you should have a conclusion part in the mentorship program. It has to get to a point where you conclude, you end. And that is why when I started, I said you set the goals and there should be timeline. If I want to grow to this level in the next 10 years, that has to be specific. And as a mentor, when I come in, when the mentor comes in to deliver, to help you, to connect you to the right resources with all the needed support, your aim is that by the 10th year, your mentee should graduate. So there must be a conclusion. And the time of conclusion for the mentor is actually the beginning of the mentee's fullness and fulfillment stage to come to the level that he had gone to the market to look for a mentor. So to me, I always say that it's a process, and it's a long process. But depending on the mentee, what you're looking for, your time and your commitment, and also getting the right mentor, you can sometimes, with the help of the mentor, even achieve your goals earlier than you anticipated. So it is a process that needs a lot of commitment. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Catherine. Thank you so much. One thing I picked from your submission, and which you kept stressing, was the mentee's goal, because it is the driving force of the mentoring relationship and process. Thank you so much. Now, in this process of mentoring, is going to be heavily dependent, it looks to me, heavily dependent on the relationship between the mentee and then the mentor. And of course, I think admittedly, in a relationship, one of the key things that drives a relationship and makes same successful is communication. Communication. So question is, when I am paired, for instance, as a mentee with my mentor, what is communication going to look like between us? How will my mentor communicate with me? How will I, as a mentee, communicate with my mentor? Lady Rosalind, could you help us with that?
Thank you very much. You know, communication is an effective tool to successful mentoring process. I acknowledge the fact that I'm in the place of academia, but permit me to make this quotation from George Bernard Shaw, and he says, and I quote, "The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place." What is this trying to say? Sometimes you sit with someone, the person speaks, concludes, and you ask yourself, what was the person saying? Was the person talking to me? Was I able to make any descending information or conclusion from what the person said? And this quotation tells us how important communication is. And it's not just communication, but effective communication. And this we cannot take away in the mentoring process, because we have two people communicating. It's about a mentor, it's about a mentee. Now, for a mentor, one key characteristic that is required of a mentor is to be an active listener. You must be able to pay attention to what your mentee is saying. Probe further, ask for clarity, make descending conclusion, and be able to guide, because your mentor has a goal. The person requires of you as a mentor, your mentee has a goal that they require of you as a mentor to lead, direct, coach, and lead them to achieving that goal. And so for you to be able to do or play that role, you must be an active listener and be able to draw relevant information from what the mentee says, so that you use that to formate the person's goal or process towards achieving the goal. I would like to also say that as a mentor, sometimes a mentor is, you need some kind of characteristics, like I mentioned. You must be an active listener. However, you should not be quick to making judgmental conclusions about your mentee. Mentoring thrives very well on honest and utmost trust, confidentiality. There is this thing that we refer to as you have an issue, you need someone to listen to you, to help you make an informed choice or decision. You go to your mentor, you talk to your mentor about it, then the mentor is able to advise you appropriately, especially on campus, how to address or respond to the issue. The worst thing that can happen to a mentee is that you step out and the next minute that information is in the public domain. So normally we will refer to it as the classified. Before any mentor-mentee relationship, there is the need to set basic rules, likes and dislikes, things you will want to see happen, things you will not be proud of in the mentoring journey. And once you are able to build this confidence, and let me just add that it's not only the mentor that should keep classified information, even the mentee should keep classified information. Because in the process of conversation or communication, some examples may be made. You don't have to take that information out. Whatever you discuss, it ends between you and your mentor. And that is how it should be. We also say that as a mentor, you should be able to assist your mentee only if you are knowledgeable in the subject matter. And I am glad our sister Catherine made this point in the mentoring process, that you go out there, you search for the right material. And so normally what most of us would say is that as a mentor, you have superior knowledge that you can use to coach and guide your mentee. However, as a mentee, for you to be able to achieve your objective or your goal, you must not play a passive role in the mentoring process. In fact, you must be an active participant, because at the end of the day, it is your goal that must be met. And it is you that directs the conversations. You that direct what your mentor should say or do for you. And so you don't go in assuming that, oh, my mentor knows it all, and so you just come to sit. Sometimes it's good to be very, very assertive. Ask the right questions. Use the right examples. Open up. And this comes in again with the issue of trust. Open up, and your mentor will be able to guide you appropriately. Like I mentioned, you must demonstrate as a mentor to care, that you care. Demonstrate empathy when your mentee comes to you. There are times and let me just use myself an example. Prof mentioned that he has a mentor. Even us, we all have mentors where we find ourselves. We have career mentors who, on a day-to-day basis, guide us to be able, so we can be able to achieve our career goals. Now, what happens is that sometimes you go through some difficulty with a job. You need to go sit with your mentor. Call on him wherever he is. Fortunately for us, we use the Zoom and the Microsoft Teams. He's based in South Africa, but we are able to engage effectively. I open up as it is. I did this, I did that. It may not be the right thing, but he doesn't just go to say, no, that was silly. You couldn't have done that. You know, he tries to assume your role or where you sit, and then he's able to sympathize or play some empathy role, and then they are able to guide you accordingly so that next time you don't do the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Rosalind. Your submission was heavy. It looks to me, and from what I picked, it's like even when I learn to communicate well with my mentor, it transcends into the world of work as well. And so that learning will be very helpful on the job. Thank you so much. Now, bringing in the benefit aspect, we've talked about mentoring, what it is. We've looked at the process, what it involves. We've looked at the communication, which is like the wires in the process. Now, question is, of what benefit is it? How do I benefit from it as a mentee? How does the mentor benefit from it? I think earlier speakers have mentioned some, but Dr. Boateng is here, and please let's listen. Ladies, in fact, I didn't read all of his profile. He's very heavy. So let's listen as he takes us through some mentor-mentee roles that are involved in the mentoring process. What do you do as a mentee? What does the mentor do? Thank you.
Thank you, moderator. I think the role of mentors and mentees, listening to my colleagues here on the panel and what they have shared so far, it appears to me that the mentor has a responsibility to mold you based on the agreed terms and principles that that individual has set, for this very objective. Now, when I set an objective with you based on the mentorship processes that we want to deploy, I, as a mentor, have a responsibility to follow up, on you. So I would say the first one, as the responsibility of the mentor, is to ensure a constant follow-up. I want to know where you are, what are you doing, how may I come in to provide you more information or assist you even in the process. The mentee, who is the recipient or the beneficiary of the entire process, has also got a responsibility. And it is so important that today, our young persons seem to be clouded with so many activities. And we are not saying the activities are not good and you shouldn't focus on them. But when you are set to be mentored, you must understand the responsibilities that comes with it. For me, in a mentorship process, if at the end of the process we are not able to account for what we have achieved within the process, then both the mentor and the mentee have failed because nothing is achieved. So for the mentee, you would have a responsibility to respond to what you are being given. And that responsibility comes with your initial negotiations that you have done, especially with time. And that is one of the most important variables here. You would set timelines with your mentee. He or she will agree to it, but she won't respond. She is expecting that you will call to remind her that we had a date, we agreed we will meet on this day and on this time, and I'm ready, and you are not showing up. That is one of the challenges or the difficulties that can come up if we are not doing proper mentoring, or we are not respecting the negotiations that we have had before the mentorship process started. So, for the basic principle, the mentor has a responsibility to provide, to follow up, to monitor, and ensure that the set objectives are achieved. The mentee has a responsibility to play back or to respond to the agreements that we have both had, the timelines that we have set for ourselves, the deadlines, the milestones that we've set to achieve. It's the mentee's responsibility to ensure that she responds to them and make sure we are both on track. So I had some few stuff here that looking at the process to ensure that is some of the activities that both mentees and the mentors would have to undertake together. The first one is the negotiation. We must understand each other right from the beginning. We must understand our deadlines and our milestones. We must understand our timing. Timing is very, very important for young persons. We agree to the time and we fail to show up on time. If you are not too lucky, or your mentor is not extremely caring, if you do this for the third time, she may leave you. And she may tell other colleagues that you are not serious. And you don't need this tag, especially if you want to start right. You do not need this tag at all. Secondly, both mentor and mentee must build trust. Very important. How can I trust you? How can you trust me? How confident are you sharing some vital information that probably you might not have shared with your parents, but you feel confident to share with your mentor? Build trust. Let the mentor understand that you feel confident and comfortable to share, and the same go to the mentee as well. And then you should both have an engaging relationship. If I talk about engaging relationship, I don't want to go outside the boundaries of mentorship, but your constant conversations must be attractive. The mentee must have a feeling or an edge to want to see you to have more conversations or to follow up on discussions. That is very, very important. If your mentoring process is not engaging, your mentee will not feel confident and comfortable to want to come and engage with you. And then commitment. Everybody here, Lady Catherine talked about commitment. Commitment is key. When you agree on your timelines, you must commit to them. Show up on time. Let everybody know you are a serious student, you are a serious mentee, and you are in here to achieve something better for yourself, for the community, and for your family. And then the last one is appreciation. Both mentor and mentee must show appreciation to each other. The fact that I am mentoring you, it does not overly let me become too powerful above you. I only have an opportunity to serve you. And tomorrow, you may be serving another person. And that is where we show appreciation, to let the mentee know that I am even privileged to have you in my fold as a mentee. If this mutual gesture goes between the mentor and the mentee, there is always a constant flow of communication, and it brings happiness into the process. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Boateng, for exposing us to the partnership involved in the mentoring process. Thank you so much. Let's quickly dive to the benefits. I think Lady Enima Mary is gearing up. Don't worry, we'll come to you shortly. But the benefits of mentoring. Lady MFA, could you give us some?
I think that before a mentor will decide to mentor someone, apart from the benefits that she will be helping the mentee with, another driving force for doing it is the fact that you would get something from it also. So all I'm saying is that there are benefits that the mentor can get from the mentoring process, and there are also benefits that the mentee can get from the mentoring process. So that, like Lady Kathy said, it's a mutual relationship, so that both parties can benefit from. So one important benefit that the mentee can get from the mentoring process is developing your communication skills, your attitude, your behavior to academic work, and then professional life. So the mentors that we have selected have been carefully selected, knowing that they are able to impact, they are able to guide, and they are able to help. So if you do all the things that we have discussed now, you are good with your communication, you are committed to it and everything, they are hopeful that by the end of the process, you would have been able to improve your communication skills, because communication is vital to the mentoring process. You would have also been able to improve your personal life, and it also depends on what you entered into the process with, the expectation that you entered with. So like the forms we have developed, we have indicated in areas where you should show areas where you think that the mentoring process can benefit you. So apart from your personal life, we have mentors who have been through the university system and are now in industry, academia. So they know what it takes to be there. So it is our hope that by the time you would have gone through the mentoring process, you would have been able to place yourself well to be able to get into the particular field that you want to get into after you are done with the university system at the end of your 4 years. Another benefit that this will also help with is to adjust to the life in the university system. The senior high school system is quite different from the university system. And so as you are going through this process, we expect that by the time you are done with it, you will be able to adjust to life here. You'll be able to know your way around things that are done in the university and be comfortable and make the best out of your stay here. Another important thing of mentoring, another important benefit of mentoring is to be able to build relationships with other people. So like we said, another form of mentoring is, another type of mentoring is the group mentoring. So if you get a mentor who has, let's say, 3 or 4 other mentees, it's expected that by the time you are done, you would have built a form of relationship with the other mentees that have been assigned to your mentor. And we know that as you are leaving the university system, you are building the networks and the relationships that you need for the outside world. And so if someone says, I know a guy here, or as you leave the school, you say, oh, you need this help, I know a guy here who can help you. These are all people that we may have built relationships with in the university. So by the time you are finishing the mentoring process, you can also make friends or relationships or networks with people within the same mentoring group that you have. Another benefit is that you are able to understand life outside the university, so that you don't build yourself just around academics, but you are able to do extracurricular activities, things that can better place you. Your mentor is able to guide you as to the things that you can learn outside of the classroom that will help you to be a better engineer in the case of UMAT. So yes, these are some of the benefits that the mentee can get from the mentoring process. Like I said, a mentor will decide to mentor someone because she's hopeful that she will get some benefits from that partnership or relationship that she's getting into. A benefit that the mentee can get from that partnership or relationship is the satisfaction that you have been able to help another person do well. You have been able to help some people make the right decisions for life. And so it gives you the satisfaction that you have been impactful and you have been able to help other people outside of yourself. Another thing that it can help the mentee with also is your communication skills. Because as your mentee is talking to you, you also have to find a way of effectively communicating to your mentee. And so it helps you to be able to communicate well with people. And even if you are in the industry, you are also able to use that in your workplace for others that are even outside your mentoring group. Another benefit is to help you in your management skills. So if you are able to manage 3 or 4 mentees, it helps you to also be able to manage others who are under you in your workplace. Yes, so basically, those are the benefits that you can get. Thank you.
Thank you. Lady MFA, it looks to me as if you had with the benefits you have exposed us to, if you had mentoring in, say, undergrad level, would it have been better off?
Yes, it would have been. I had some form of mentoring, but it was not intentional. But now that I see the benefits that intentional mentoring can give you, it would have made a great difference. Yeah.
Okay. Then that tells us that the first years who are here now, you have the opportunity to get it right and to do better. Right. This is also to inform us that there will be question time, so please get your questions ready. At the end of the discussion, we will take those. Now, Lady Enima, coming to you now. With your student life and experience and some level of leadership in your student life, what are some of the things that probably, if you had known from the beginning, would have helped? So what are some of the things that a fresher should know to start right?
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Starting right as a fresher is very important.
Okay.
And to be able to start right, you need to know yourself well before. You need to know how your strengths and weaknesses, your likes and dislikes, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, before...
Could you please speak a bit up a bit so that we hear you? Okay.
Starting right as a fresher is very important. And to be able to start right, you need to know yourself very well. You need to know your strengths and weaknesses, what makes you happy, what makes you sad, your likes and dislikes. And also, you need to attend classes. We are even fortunate that in UMath, you are given free 10 marks for attending class. So you don't have to lose this marks for anything. And when you attend the class, make it a point to jot some notes. And when you go to your hostels and various halls, you review on them. Another one is, you need to know yourself well. You need to know who to mingle with. You need to know who to talk to and ask for help. And know when, how, and who to ask for help. Thank you.
Thank you. It looks like Lady MFA would, because she's been in a position of student leadership. Lady MFA, would you want to add some?
Yes, so Lady Mary has already said that go to class. That is the most important reason why we are here. So someone was seeing my notes and was saying, I wrote go to class 3 times. So go to class, go to class, go to class. And mingle with people, learn from people. The attitude or whatever you came with can be improved with mingling with other people and learning from people. And learn things outside of the classroom. And as you've come as first years, I'm sure that the continuing students have said a lot of things about courses that you are yet to do, like basic mechanics, linear algebra, and all that. And so some people are already afraid even before going for the first lecture. So what I'm saying is that relax and do the best that you can do and put in the work and you get the result. So just relax, prepare yourself. There are people who are afraid to start. There are people who are too eager to start. For them also, relax. Everything will go on well. So yeah, basically that's what I
All right, thank you. It looks like I should have consulted both of you before going for my undergrad. All right, thanks for the beautiful pieces. Now, one key thing about student life at the tertiary level is relationships. Different kinds of relationships. Then zeroing in on boy-girl relationships. Lady Rosalind is smiling. Oh. Lady Rosalind, would you tell us some things to know so that the first years get it right from the beginning on relationships?
Okay. Relationships are very necessary. No one is an island. We interdepend. We sit in lecture theaters with others. We live in rooms with others. And so, nurturing the right relationship is very important. Knowing who you relate to or you relate with is equally important. When it comes to boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, it is very necessary, very, very necessary that we relate with the opposite sex. And here we are looking at it from the positive aspect of it, that they can be very, very positive influences in our lives. We have brothers at home. Some of us probably went to, in the senior high schools, we went to single-sex schools. So we didn't have the opportunity of relating with the other sex. However, when you come to the job market after the university, you will definitely find yourself working with the opposite sex. And most especially for programs like what UMAT offers, you will find yourself in a male-dominated environment. And so it is key to learn how to relate with your males here. The male here could be your boyfriend, and the boyfriend could be interpreted in two different ways. Either one with just friendship, steady mates, and we could have other relationship with a boy or the opposite sex that is more of one build on sexual relationship, maybe love or something, let me put it that way. All of these are necessary. Why? Because you need your colleague as a steady mate. You could go for group studies together. They support us when we need it. However, if we don't take care, what then happens is that you could have a friend that takes you far away from your goal or objective of being here, which we need to watch out very, very well. You know your goal. You know why you are here. At every point, that should always be your focus. If you find a friend that doesn't contribute to you achieving this objective, the earlier you run away, the better. We also have friendships that we start here with the opposite sex that last for a lifetime, which we don't need to look down upon. We find people that end up from the same institution, they were boyfriend relationships, but they ended into successful marriages, and it is good to hear. However, the point remains that there could be very positive influences in our lives. Whilst we are on campus, there could be negative influences. We need to watch out for little things that can take us away from our goal of being here. When I cast my mind to campus days, you would find that sometimes females end up being cooked or caterers, for their male colleagues. You spend so much of your time doing these kind of household chores that you ordinarily would have spent the time, on your books and all of that. We need to watch out for these things. Not to say that it's only the females that may be at the losing side. We do have men who equally lose when they come into contact with some of us females. We feel that they should be our financiers. And so we tend to put so much pressure on them that that pressure kind of affects their academic life as well. We need to watch out for all of these things. That, look, we can't be here alone. You need the opposite sex. However, let's work towards a positive goal so that we can leave campus with very good stories to tell.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that strong caution. Thank you for that strong caution. We should team up with the opposite sex to work, but where it goes to love and other related areas, know yourself and take caution, a strong caution. Okay. Dr. Boateng, back to you again. With your vast experience, could you please lead us into some career opportunities? Because these freshers, some are, in fact, we've not started lectures yet. So they are wondering, the course I'm doing, what is it about? Where is it leading to? Could you please help us with that?
Yes, I will. I teach in this university, and this is where I will start from.
Okay.
You saw Professor Grace Oforisapo, so beautiful and adorable. And she was once like you were sitting here. So you can also become like her. So I'm starting from home. We need more of you to become professors in the future. How many of you want to follow us here?
To become professors. All right.
Good. So that is one opportunity for you, and you can start it right here. And there is so much into teaching, and there is so much joy when we are doing this work. That is why we are supposed to be on strike, but we are here doing so many other things for you. We enjoy what we do, and it's not just a calling, but you can hone yourself also into this wonderful profession. Again, because I have a mining background, not like a mining engineer or anything, I have spent a lot of time also in the mining space. There are so many women doing so many things there. I played a commercial role, and within the commercial space, I will give one example. The current acting West African Executive Director for Goldfields, he's called Mr. Joshua Mototi. Josh is an electrical engineer. Sorry, a mechanical engineer. A mechanical engineer. And he did SEMA to get into the commercial space, or to get closer to numbers and begin to understand issues happening with engineering, crunching numbers, budgeting, capital project management, and all that, to help take decisions. So from that level, he started building a commercial sense. What I want you to understand here is when you have solid engineering background, you are sorted in all spaces because you can easily jump to do any other thing. You can become an accountant easily. You can become a supply chain expert easily. You can become a sales engineer, for most of these mining support companies easily. And all these opportunities, are there. So just start right. Like what you are going through today, and from today going forward, you will begin to hone on, your mentee skills to become a better person. After 4 years, you will be able to understand your career goal and aspirations. And that will help you to navigate the areas that you intend to explore as you leave this space. Thank you.
Thank you. I've been alerted that my time is up, but we can't go without getting to find out, because from here, mentors will be paired with mentees. Question is, are there some code of ethics or code of standards that we should go by, some do's and don'ts that are not don'ts that are not allowed, and do's that may go with the process? Lady Catherine, quickly and shortly, could you let us know that? After hers, we will take questions, please. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, moderator. And for a very successful organization or institution, there's always a code of ethics. The same way in the mentoring program, there must be some code of ethics. And basically, even if the mentee and the mentor do not even have an idea at all, during the planning stage and the negotiations stage, you need to know yourselves very well. But when it comes to code of ethics, we know that confidentiality is key. And then respect is very important. The level of respect, the level of confidentiality would grow to the extent that you can now build trust. And it's very important to have trust. And there's one basic thing in the mentoring program. The mentee and the mentor should be able to create a fair relationship which will be devoid of intimidation, so that the mentee can voice out, speak out, so that the mentor that is mandated to be a listener but not a judge will understand through the effective communication that Rosalind spoke about, to understand the deliverables of the mentee. And respecting, if you have respect for each other, you will not, in any case, undermine the mentee's time. You need to respect your time. In most cases, what we have experienced is that most mentors sometimes think that they are so superior that it is only the mentee that must respect the time. But it is very important that the mentor also respects the mentee's time. So I said in the earlier submission that this is a mutual relationship. The mentor should be happy doing what he's doing, and the mentee must also be very passionate about the whole relationship. But the basic thing is trust must be there, respect must be there, and confidentiality is key. I can give a personal example where I followed up with my mentee to the extent that even in a consulting room, the doctor called me. One of them. So that tells you the level of confidence or the relationship that have been created. And the first time that mentee called me, I've never set my eye on her. I don't know her. It was just an introduction. And what kind of introduction? Sometimes as mentees, we need to know how we communicate. It's very important. There are certain communication skills that attract the individual to, first of all, give you the attention. Then you begin to know yourselves and all that. But the bottom line is that definitely there are code of conduct. And the team must set your code of conduct. The two of you, you know yourselves. So the general codes are there, but then I think that during the stage, you should be able to set your rules and be able to follow the rules. But the good thing is that every excellent mentor will see to it that his or her mentee graduates timely. And every good mentee must come or approach the mentor with goals. Sometimes people just come and they would just tell the mentor that, I want to be like you. It's not a goal. So I would say the code of conduct is important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lady Catherine. I've learned some words that when I come to the mind, I'll use. It means I'm using the mind terminologies, goals, deliverables. Okay, we'll take some questions. Any questions from the freshers? Our panelists have presented us with very valid and important pieces of information that will help us to start right, end well, and to do well in this mentoring process and program. So are there some things you would want clarification on, questions or submissions? Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Prof. Grace.
Yes, thank you very much. It's been a very insightful panel discussion. Somebody whispered into my ears. For some reason, the person couldn't get here early enough, but she is here. And she wants to know, this is very interesting, she wants to be part of the year-long mentoring program. But what is the procedure? From here, what is she supposed to do? Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Grace. Okay, I think Lady MFA, she's on the committee. So she would help us with that.
So on the projector, on the screen, we will be seeing a link to a registration form. So the first thing is that you are interested and you want to be a part of it. So go to your browser, enter that link. So please, whoever is there, please show it so that people can go there. So go to that link, fill the details. You want to know your name, your email address, your expectations of the mentoring program, what you want to achieve, what you want, if there's a particular mentor that you want, or the characteristics of the mentor that you expect, all that, please let us know. After we get that information from you, we would pair you with an appropriate mentor, and then the process starts from there. So yesterday we had a training workshop for the mentors, and they already have the exposure and the experience that they need to go through. But yesterday we still had a training for them. And so they are ready to start meeting you. They'll discuss how to meet you, whether it will be a one-on-one, group mentoring, e-mentoring. It may be a blend of all of them. And then we'll take it from there. So the link has been put up there. It's www.t.ly/YGQC. So please just go to your browser, enter it. It's a very short form. You can complete in 2 minutes or less. And then we will take it up from there. If you also want to be a member of LIMAP, we have the student president here. You can speak to her after this, and she'll give you the guidelines. For those who are not students, you can also contact me, and then we can talk about how you can be a member of LIMAP also. Yes, so I think basically this is. But after, if you need more clarification, you can talk to any of us. We'll be willing to give you more assistance. Thank you.
Thank you. Prof. Grace, please, is it answered? Thank you. Yes.
All
yes,
right.
please, Madam Faustin.
Thank you very much. Mine is not a question, but it's a contribution.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the mentoring behaviors that is very important is modeling the way. As a mentor, you are a role model to your mentee. So you can't ask the mentee to act one way, then you'll be acting another way. Once you started the relationship, they'll be looking at you. They don't know you now, but as soon as you start, they want to know who you are. So if you're behaving in a negative way, it's going to affect the relationship. I'll give an example. When I was the Municipal Girls Education Officer at Winneba, we started this mentor-mentee relationship because most girls from upper primary to JHS were getting pregnant. So the pregnancy rate was increasing. So we started this mentoring relationship. And one of them collapsed. When we found out, it was because the mentor was having several men relationships, boyfriends, and at times they fight. And there was a time she, the lady, the teacher, fought in public. So the mentees stopped visiting the lady. That collapsed the relationship. So you are a mentor. Another thing we should note is that you are not a mother and not a teacher too, to condemn. The mentoring relationship is not going to be always smooth. Things may go wrong sometimes. Don't condemn the mentee. Correct. Encourage the heart, but don't punish. And I want to add something to the confidentiality aspect. There was a school that the girls stopped visiting the teachers, female teachers, for mentoring sessions because the female teachers will finish the mentoring sessions and they will go and sit in the staff common room and discuss what happens in their sessions, people's issues. So this is a clear example I'm giving to add up to the confidentiality aspect. So if you keep on, they see that whatever they are discussing with you is going out or somebody is hearing it, the relationship may break. So we should watch out. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Faustine.
Thank you very much. I just want to add something very small. What I want to say is that this mentoring program, I encourage all the first years to fully participate. I just want to give one example. I remember I was in my office one time and a lady who was in third year came to my office and she was telling me that if she had known or knew certain things from first year, the mistakes she was doing during that time till third year, she wouldn't have done it. There were times that her friends told her, oh, when you as for university, you get 50, you are okay. But she knew she was better than that. She realized that in third year, when she was struggling to even get lower. So I'm saying that this mentoring, the mentors have gone through this system. They understand whatever you are going through. I completed SS like 20 years ago, and lots of them were in board. I have gone through this. And so definitely I will share my experiences with you. There are certain things your friends will not tell you. Even if you are doing the wrong thing, they might even hail you, and you might think you are in the correct company and the likes. So I'm encouraging all of you to take part. It is very important. People have regretted, and you should count yourself very fortunate. This thing has never happened. And so you will be able to discuss with your mentor whatever is going on. Though we have academic tutors and academic tutors, this is specially designed for you, young ladies, so that you can be women who have their own mind, who are strong, take decisions that can make them shine and later transform the people around them. Take it seriously. Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Vivi. Thank you so much. I hope the first years are listening. You will have a better start so that the end will be great. Yes, Dr. Christine.
Thank you very much. I want to find out if a mentee can choose to have more than one mentor. Thank you very much.
Lady Catherine has been selected for that.
It's an excellent question, and the best thing to do is actually to have more than, at a point, it depends on what you're doing. Yes. So don't conflict your mentorship. Don't go to two people with the same goal. sometimes you can get confused. But then as a person, you can have more than one. I think the VC gave a classical example of himself, where he has a mentor for A, for B, for C. Personally, I have more than 3 mentors. And I know what to discuss with who. Even coming back to do the PhD 3 years ago, to start the PhD 3 years ago, it was part of a discussion that came out between myself and one of my mentors. And the good thing about the mentorship program is that if you are honest, usually your mentor is able to see a lot more potentials in you, and they will encourage you. So you can have more than one mentor at a time, but then they will be looking at different aspects of your life. And you should be ready to have the number that you think you want for various reasons. And your reasons are your goals that you have set. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lady Catherine. It is good to have more than one mentor, but with the student mentorship program, officially, you'll be assigned to one mentor. If after that you want other mentors unofficially on your own, of your own choosing, you could have that as well. But for the student mentorship program, we will assign you to only one. Thank you.
Please, can I come in with the student mentorship program? From our personal experience on this campus, sometimes when we come in young like this, we think the best way to be successful is to go out and pick somebody as a mentor. Sometimes it works very well if the stage you are, you pick it step by step. It may interest you to know that even at this level, you can pick a second or third year or a final year student as your mentor. And it may be more beneficial to you than even going out to pick a higher person. So set your goals right, one step at a time, especially when you are a student and you are on campus. You can have other goals, of which probably in the second and third year, you can look for other mentors, but don't set it so high, so that the issue of intimidations I spoke about, if you don't get enough time to let your mentor knows you, you may have a mentor, but then you might not even benefit, as compared to having somebody very close to you, checking on you, ensuring that you said you will get a mark of this. I saw your mark. It wasn't that. Any problem? Then they are close, they are monitoring, they are helping you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lady Catherine. Yes, any other question, please?
Lady, please, the students are not talking, please. The program is for you.
It's for you.
Okay, please, you have one here.
Okay, please. Lady Rosalind mentioned that as a mentor, you must make sure you are able to keep classified information about your mentee. So, and then she also mentioned that as a mentor, you are supposed to have knowledge about solving issues of your mentee. So in a situation whereby the mentor has no knowledge about the mentee's issue, what is the mentor supposed to do?
Thank you very much. And just to correct that, it's not only the mentor who should keep classified information. The mentee is also supposed to keep classified information. So confidentiality is for both parties. To be knowledgeable in the subject matter or what you are being mentored on is a goal you have defined for yourself. And so if it's on academics, whoever has been assigned to you will be in a position to assist. However, we acknowledge that human beings are not all-knowing. It is the responsibility of your mentor to be open and honest with you. This, give me time, I would probably do some consultation or research on it. It's not every time that you walk to your mentor with an issue and then you get a solution. We learn day by day based on the experiences and the issues that we come across. And so your mentor must be honest enough to either say, this, I don't have much information, I may seek for clarity or support, or your mentor can give you the go-ahead to consult another person for support. It's doable. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that submission, Lady Rosalie. Please, there is a hand up. Lady Shifra. Okay.
Please. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, I want to ask that, is the mentorship program for only
Could you speak up a bit?
Please, I want to ask that, is the mentorship program only for the first years or the continuing students are also part?
Okay. She's asking if the mentorship program is only for the first years. I think I will take that question, even though I'm not on the panel. It's for this year, first and maiden year-long mentoring program. It's for the first years only, this maiden one. But we have other programs for other students in other year levels. So for instance, when you get to the final year, which is the fourth year, we have a program as indicated by Prof. Grace, Exit in Readiness. There we put you all together with the males, and then we have Exit in Readiness for you to prepare you for the world of work. But for this year-long mentoring program, it is for only the first year females. However, if any second year student, third year student, fourth year student is interested, and then as indicated by the panelists, wants a mentor, that person could be taken on board. All right.
Hello. I think my question has been partly answered. I wanted to find out the difference between the student mentorship program and the academic tutor mentorship program of humans. Thank you.
Okay. Doc, please, would you handle that for us?
I think the academic mentorship is managed by the school, and it's for everybody, or all level 100 students, both male and females. There is specific objectives for that mentorship through your academic life, helping you navigate your way around campus and any other thing that may come along the line. But this is very specific, and it is for the girl child, if I am, you know. And this is for LIMAP, and it's supposed to hone you right from level 100 to when you are done even with university, because you would have a mentor, and based on the relationship you will have with that mentor, you take that mentor outside of the university, and you can still reach out to your mentors and have some feedback. But at least for the university, sometimes they can even swap around and push students to other mentors. So it's either you may not have the opportunity to mentor the person through to the end, and if even you would have, the moment the person graduates, that relationship is severed. So that's the only difference that I can see. I don't know if anybody can add up.
Okay, I think that's a. Please, is it answered? Is it marked? Okay, thank you. Any other question, please?
Okay. Please, I wanted to ask, like, how to know yourself in the engineering field, because I heard in the delivery of Lady Emefa that you need to know yourself very well. And me, my motive finding myself in UMass was that, like, I wanted to be an independent soul and also chop big money. So, right now that I'm here, how can I know myself well in my field as an engineer?
Okay, Lady Emefa, directed at you.
So I'm sure that you know your strengths, your weaknesses, you know the challenges that you have. So as you're coming in, if physics is your challenge, you know it. If maths is your challenge, you know it. So know your strengths and your weaknesses. Find the right people to help you. And outside of the classroom, learn other skills that are vital to your development. So learn Excel, learn Word, learn PowerPoint, learn programming if you can, as many things as possible, so that outside of engineering, you are a complete lady, you're a full woman who knows what she wants and what she can do. So that once you go out, you have the skills that are necessary to place you within the field that you want to chop the big money at. So prepare yourself and make the right connections with people as you are in school. Build the right relationships that you can make. And I always say that some of the best people that you can learn from are the guys. So even as we have gathered only ladies here, it doesn't mean that only ladies should mingle and develop. You can learn a lot from the guys. And it doesn't have to be a sexual relationship or something. But some of the best relationships that you can benefit from, you'll be surprised to know that is with the guys in the university. And so learn and develop yourself. You'll be surprised to know that people leave the university and cannot even attach a document to an email. So those are the little things that you need to learn, so that once you leave here, you are a full and complete engineer. So yeah, basically.
Okay, if I may add to that, the counseling unit, our doors are open. You could come, we'll help you with the process of finding yourself. That's why we are there, so you could come. Another way is exploration. You could explore things. So maybe to find out what colors do you want, like what is your favorite food, other things. Explore cautiously and purposefully, and I think in the process you would find yourself. Thank you. Yes, Prof. Grace.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say that in addition to all the submissions that have come in, or the answers that have come in, it is the reason why we have the mentorship program. We have already identified some of these challenges, and that is why we're putting up this mentorship program for the first time. So just go ahead, follow the link, fill in, and then express your interest that you want to be a mentee. You see, we don't want to impose it on anybody, and that is why we want you to play a part in telling us that you are interested and you are ready to be a mentee. You are ready to be assigned to a mentor. So once you have your mentor, all these things, the mentor should be able to help you to identify yourself in all these areas. Thank you.
Well said, Prof. Thank you. Any other question or submission? We have a few minutes. If any questions, we'll take only 2 more. Our mentors and our panelists will be available after the session. If you have other questions apart from the 2 that we'll be taking, you could get close and you'll be helped with that. Yes.
Thank you very much. Please, I just entered the link placed up there, but I'm not getting the information I would access to answer the questions.
Say again, could you say that a bit loud?
I said I just entered the link placed up there, but the information to answer the questions doesn't appear.
Doesn't appear?
Yes, please.
Oh, but I think some of your colleagues did and it went through. Lady Emefa, were you saying something?
Please make sure that you are entering the right information. I just did it, it worked. So please make sure that you are entering everything well, that the capitals are capitals and the lowercase are lowercases. I'm sure it will work. Has it worked for some people? it has worked. Yeah, so please try it again. I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can let someone it has worked for finish completing. You can do another one on the same phone. It's possible.
Thank you. The last question, if there are any. Okay. In the absence of any questions, I would like to express our gratitude to our wonderful panelists. Thank you so much for exposing us to the things you have. We are very grateful. And audience, thank you so much for your patience and listening. Have a good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you, moderator, and your panelists. It's been a wonderful discussion. We are very grateful. Please, let's clap for them until they have their seats. Please, we would call on our chairman, Professor Anthony Simmons, to give us the closing remarks. Please, let's clap as he comes.
Yeah, so also soon we come into the end of the program. I think it's been a wonderful gathering, and then our panel did very well in trying to digest the theme. Yeah, so talking about what mentoring is, they made us understand that mentoring is a relationship necessary for personal development. And this could be one-on-one or a group mentoring. And that the reality is that you need to make conscious effort to achieve a goal. Now, when that goal is set, you then have to go out and search for somebody who will be able to help you achieve that goal. You should be able to have your goals, deadlines, and then you'll be successful if you get that person to help. And then we also made to understand that mentorship should have timelines. And then mentees should give their time to the process of mentoring and focus on the whole process. You should be able to communicate very well with your mentors. And one of the key elements here is communication. That there should be effective communication, where whatever you want to say or whatever the mentor wants to give out is clearly understood. Now, under the communications, we were made to understand that mentors should be active listeners. And then, the sources of this whole mentorship relationship thrives on confidentiality. Mentees should be active in the process, and they should be seen to drive the process. And they should be able to open up. What are some of the benefits one stands to gain from mentorship? We say that here the mentee would be molded into a successful person, but it comes with responsibilities. Mentors should ensure constant follow-up. That is, they should monitor their mentees. Mentees should respond to the agenda set, and everything should be done on time. And for the beginning of such an activity, the two should be able to negotiate, understand the issues at stake, set deadlines, the meeting times, and then they should be free to discuss. There should be trust in the relationship, and there should also be commitment. And then there should be a mutual gesture of being appreciative to having engaged each other in a particular relationship. Mentees stand to gain because they will be able to develop the right attitude to work. They will be able to improve on their personal life. They will develop their communication skills. And then it will help them adapt to their new settings. It will also help the mentee to build a network and finally to shape their life in general. And then there is also another angle that at the end of the day, you'll be able to develop your management skills. How then do we start right? And one of the panelists said, know your strength. Know who you are, where you're lacking, so that when you open up to the mentor, he or she, this is ladies' affair, so she will be able to sort you out. Know your friends or know those you move with. It is not anybody who comes to your life to bless you. So you should take care. You should be able to attend classes so that at least your 10 marks is assured. Then somebody made mention of basic mechanics. And I was telling my colleague that, why is it that always it's my department? But the point is, no matter how challenging it may seem, you are capable of going through it because others have made it and you too can. If there is anything that you're not getting it right, get to the lecturers and they will help you out. We were made to understand that the whole mentorship thing would also help us understand how to move with the opposite sex. And that it is key to relate with the opposite sex. But don't be carried away. So take care. Know why you are here. First things first. I quite remember when I was, I think in a sixth form or so, my mom saw me making some moves. And so one early morning, she will close the door. If she wants to punish you, she will close the door from behind, say that nobody will be able to open from outside. But because I was, let me say, above 18, so I was then around 20, 21 years. This time around, there was no caning. She sat me down and she went like, Seboko school, Shem ko school. Nembesiafo, ohopi. Se you school, mepe bia ebenya. What am I trying to say? First things first. Most of the times when we get to this stage, it's like one mewu. Who told you you will die? You will not. Don't be carried away by this first love thing. Your first love should be Jesus, not human being. Okay? Because I tell you, if you are carried away by that, it can be destructive. Yes, feel free, move with people, have relationship, but that should not be a do and die affair. If, at the end of the day, you become successful of getting together, praise God. If it will not work that way, praise God. For God knows what He is preparing for you. So your main concentration should be on your studies. So first things first. Then we were made to understand that you have to work together towards a positive goal. Then there was a talk on the career opportunities. In fact, there are a lot of career opportunities for you, and the panelists made mention of working in the academic institutions, in the mining industries, the petroleum industries, the automobile, power generation and distribution, telecommunication, and anywhere, engineering is applied, you are able. More so, he talked of trying to develop yourself after getting the first degree. You can, veer into any other area once you have the engineering background. In all, we should be guided by some ethics, and we should know that confidentiality is key in this relationship of mentor-mentee thing. There should be respect in that relationship. There should be trust, no intimidation. Mentors should not be judges, but rather they should encourage mentees when something goes wrong. Then we should respect each other or each other's time. Because time, we say, is money. And then at the end of the day, the whole relationship should be based on mutual benefit. I believe that we've been given enough tips to equip us to start right. We should see ourselves like an athlete who is going to go for 100 meters race. You've gone through the training, the exercises, the psych for us to be ready. And so I say to you that be on your marks, get set for the gunshot to start the race into the future. And may the Almighty God be our guide. Thank you.
Let's continue to clap for our chairman. Please, let's continue to clap. Please, I didn't tell you to stop her. This is the only time I can get Pro VC, I can get Dean of School of Postgraduate Studies to clap. That is why I am enjoying it. Anyways, it's over. So please, we say Sankofa Yechi. So, Anglo Gold, they were supposed to give us their fraternal greeting. And Lady Rosalie Dowie is now ready for that. So please, let's clap for her as she comes to deliver.
So this is a message from the managing director on behalf of the management and the staff of Anglo Gold Ashanti. Good afternoon. On behalf of management, employees and contractors of Anglo Gold Ashanti, Eduapre Mine, let me say that it is a great honor for us to be part of this program. As a mine, we believe in diversity and inclusion and in all facets of life for the sustainable development of our communities and Ghana as a whole. Indeed, we are committed to ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promotion of lifelong learning opportunities for all in line with the Sustainable Development Goal 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in furtherance of this objective that we wholeheartedly agreed to jointly organize the Maiden Student Mentorship Program, dubbed Start Right, End Well, with UMAT. Congratulations to the ladies in mining and allied professions in Ghana and the Counseling and Student Support Unit of UMAT for this great initiative. There is no gainsaying that education holds the key to national development and for granting our youth a sustainable future. Aware of this fact, we have demonstrated continual support for improved educational standards through the provision of infrastructure and other teaching and learning materials to improve the quality of teaching and learning in our host communities through our basic education improvement project. Additionally, through our community scholarship scheme, 110 students from our host communities have entered second cycle institutions, and these are senior high, technical, and vocational, with all of them successfully completing their courses. Also, at the tertiary level, 150 students have so far benefited, with 96 of them completing successfully. And I'm glad to say that we have one of them as the gentleman right. We all know that the mining industry has become more or less a male-dominated environment. To demonstrate our commitment to bridging the gap between male and female employees, management this year reserved 50% of our scholarship award for females pursuing STEM-related programs at the tertiary level. We are further collaborating with UMAT through LIMAB to mentor and groom young ladies in the first and second cycle, as well as tertiary institutions, to prepare them adequately for the job market. We are committed to creating an enabling environment for females to thrive in their roles and will continue to work collaboratively and innovatively to realize this objective. Ladies and gentlemen, while we do our part, it behoves on you, our dear students, to take full advantage of the opportunities presented by concentrating on your studies to achieve your full potentials. As the founding president of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, put it while addressing the National Assembly on 26th March 1965, and I quote, "We have the blessing of the wealth of our vast resources, the power of our talents, and the potentialities of our people. Let us now grasp the opportunities before us and meet the challenges to our survival." End of quotation. Once again, thank you very much for your attention.
Please, let's clap for them. All too soon, this program is coming to a close. And please, let's take note that we would have some packages before we leave. So please do well and get yours before you leave here. Also, we'll be taking a lot of photographs as evidence that you are part of this program. So please, let's all wait patiently and let's all finish. Thank you. My co-MC will take over.
So next Next on our program outline, we will be receiving a vote of thanks from Professor Cynthia Boy. Please, can we clap for her?
Hello. LIMAP. When I say LIMAP, you say shining ahead, transforming our generation. LIMAP. I am glad to be here to express our appreciation on behalf of LIMAP and also on behalf of the Counseling and Student Support Unit. We first want to thank God for this beautiful day. It has been a very bright day, and we are very grateful to God. We also give him the credit for granting ideas and then inspiration to LIMAP and then to our student support unit to start this student mentoring program. We are very grateful to God, and we want to start right and end well. Again, we want to thank our sponsors. In fact, without them, it will be very difficult to be able to host or organize a program like this. First, to Anglo Gold Ashanti Ediaprim Mine, and then How Bank. They have been supporting LIMAP a lot. And then we have Aboso Goldfields. We are very grateful for their support. And we want to say thank you to our chairperson in the person of Professor Anthony Simmons. In fact, he has a lot of experiences that he can share. And then to our guest of honor, our Vice Chancellor, Professor Richard Kesi Amankwa, for coming to grace the occasion. I think due to some reason he had to step out. We are very grateful to him. And then to the executives and then members of LIMAP. If you are here and you are a member of LIMAP, let's see your hand. We are very, very grateful for spending a lot of time and resources on us. Students are grateful. On behalf of the students and the counseling and support unit, I also want to say thank you for helping us to be able to come up with this beautiful program. And then to all freshers, if you are here, ladies freshers, let's see you. Yes. UMAT is a very beautiful place, and we have time and your interest at heart. So on behalf of LIMAP, we are happy that you came. We are happy that you came to listen to a talk on mentorship and then how you can also be part of the system. We are very grateful. To all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you for making time to be with us. I am grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Cynthia, for honoring us with a wonderful vote of thanks. Next, we would invite Ms. Vivian Isabella Seshi to give us the closing prayer.
Let's bow our heads for a prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God, our Heavenly Father, we thank you for a moment like this. We thank you for bringing this program to a successful end. God, you know our intention for our girls. We want them to start right and end well. God, it is our prayer that everything that has been said here will grow in their hearts. It would guide them. It would help them to make the right decisions. God, our Heavenly Father, we pray that
the 1-year mentoring program would go successfully. We also pray and commit all the mentors into your hands. We ask that you touch their hearts, you touch their minds, so that in delivering their work, it would help our girls. We continue to pray for everyone that was here, that everything that was said, we will take it home, such that we will shine ahead and transform our generation. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Let's give her a round of applause. So please, we will start with the order of photography. So the first one is all of us. So please, we have the panelists. Okay, first of all, we will have the panelists plus the invited guests to take the first one before all of us come.